With another corrupted Thunderjaw taken care of and the Eclipse advance stopped, it's now time to go inside All-Mother Mountain. And who knows what we're going to find in there. This is also where all of the Nora retreated to during the attack, so we're going to see a couple of old friends. Seems the battle took a real toll on the Nora though, like, this is pretty bad for them. They were never that big of a tribe to begin with, and now it's even worse. And first on the list of people we haven't seen in a while.
She's returned.
Aloy! Whoa, you've returned.
Teb?
I'm glad to see you.
Your injuries. Are they serious?
A gash or two. Nothing I couldn't sew back together with a needle and thread.
Guess being a stitcher came in handy in combat after all, huh?
Yes, I suppose it did.
Jeez, did he actually give himself his own stitches? That sounds horrifying.
You should speak to the matriarchs. They're waiting.
In a moment. I meant to ask you some things.
Of course.
No, wait, these are the same questions as before.
I should speak to the High Matriarchs.
Yes, they're waiting for you. We'll talk later.
All Mother, remember me well. I beg you.
Aloy, you've come back.
The Seeker has returned.
Come, speak to us.
Foolish woman, you welcome a curse. Come, Seeker, we have much to discuss. Her very presence here is a blasphemy.
So, you have finally returned.
She not only returned, but fought her way through many enemies to reach us. Outside, she brought low a corrupted Thunderjaw. She lifted the siege.
How was this done? By the will of All-Mother. Have you returned to speak with the goddess, Aloy?
Yes, I guess you could say that. I think it'll work this time.
Sisters, surely we cannot permit this. Because of her, our tribe teeters upon extinction. What if she has come to wake her father, the Metal Devil? She means to finish our destruction. We must stop her.
Lansra, it's over. It's time to step aside. I'm not gonna hurt you. If there's anything I've learned since the Proving, it's that there are bigger evils in this world than you. Finally.
Hold for identiscan. Error. Alpha registry corrupted. Correction. Alpha registry restored. Genetic identity confirmed. Entry authorized. Greetings, Dr. Sobek. You are clear to proceed.
I see you're inside.
Figured I might be hearing from you.
Shall we begin?
I never stopped.
So now we are finally inside the Cradle facility. And just as a note for certain documents we'll be finding, Eleuthia, Cradle 9, Brood 1, E9B1, that's what we'll be seeing on a bunch of documents, just in case you see it and get confused. But before we even go anywhere, we have a special little collectible. You probably saw it on the way down the stairs. And a couple of not great drawings. So if you've seen any of the trailers for Death Stranding, this baby might look a little familiar. And that's because it's actually our last Stranded figure. So we'll be turning these in pretty much after the endgame, but before the DLC. I'm kinda gonna turn in all the collectibles at once, so we'll do that then. Now we have a somewhat kind of large facility to look over.
So these are artificial wombs.
The mothers of a new generation hundreds of years ago.
And me. So this was it.
Where you were born.
But why?
So I think based on the facilities here and the fact that we really can't even hear anyone, it's safe to assume that this place is maybe, you know, deserted, like all the others. It also looks like all of this graffiti, at least for the most part, could not have been made by the Nora, especially since they really didn't have a chance to come back in, you know, with the locked door and everything. Although I'm sure you can glean some meaning from all these drawings. The weird ghostly figure is probably Gaia, a person that the people in this facility may have heard from, maybe, but probably not seen. This is almost Dead Space 2 levels of creepy. A kindergarten facility with all the lights off is a little unsettling.
These look like cribs.
The cradles of a cradle facility.
And those things, the multi-servitors, they took care of them.
There was no one else.
So the multi-servitors are basically the insert parents that Gaia had to create. So we will actually find out what it's like when an AI tries to take the role of an empathetic parent. It's not all sunshine and roses.
Another day has passed.
You mean the lights got dim? I don't want to sleep, Mother!
I know, but it is time to get some rest.
No, I'm king today. What I say goes. I want to see the real sun, not lights and pictures.
You will, in time, children.
In time, in time, in time, in time, in time, in time, in time.
Children are such a delight sometimes. I mean, granted, they had kind of good reason to be like this. I mean, I guess you could call this like cabin fever syndrome or whatever, since they know there's an outside. They were being taught that in a way, but they just weren't allowed to leave.
Blue is the color of the sky. White is the color of clouds. Yellow is the color of the sun. Green is the color of grass. Flowers can be any color. Take a look. These are yellow and black, and they love flowers. Here they come. Bzz, bzz, bzz.
I really like to imagine those subtitles without any audio, and you don't actually know that the bees are buzzing, so it's like just a bunch of kids getting attacked by bees.
So this is where they lived? It's a mess. Everything's broken or painted on. How long did they live here?
We know that people did eventually have to leave, but why?
I have no choice but to release you.
But why?
There is no food here anymore.
But there's food out there?
We don't know for sure.
Come on! Let's go!
I don't know.
Mother, can we come back if we're cold?
I'm sorry, but that won't be possible. You will have to support yourselves now, and take care of each other.
What will happen to you?
I will stay here, and sleep, and remember all of you.
What will happen to us?
You will be brave, and you will learn.
So one thing I'm actually not totally 100% clear on is why they weren't allowed back inside once they were released. Like, sure, the no food problem is a thing, but there are a couple things in here that would be pretty beneficial. Like protection from the cold, for one.
Children, let's run and jump and blow off steam.
Leave us alone, Father.
After what just happened, I can't leave you two alone. You broke community rules.
Just let us talk then. Go away.
I'm sorry, children, but I must provide supervision.
You're not even a person.
You sound frustrated. Let's run and jump and blow off steam.
Well, it sounds like two kids were getting a little too close for a computer's comfort. But again, imagine the frustration of living under this sort of system where the computer means well, it's just not a person.
Someday. That's what you always say.
We want it now.
It's big down there.
Now, Father.
Children, that area is not yet available.
Get him!
Physical aggression detected. Physical aggression is not permitted.
Except yours.
Damn sentinels.
Children, may I be of assistance?
Go away, healer.
Lena, you have suffered mild bruising.
Go away!
They were trapped here. Their whole lives.
In plain view of luxurious space.
What went wrong? Why couldn't they access the other areas?
Unknown. But you won't have that problem.
Looks like they didn't like this door very much.
It wouldn't open for them. Of course they hated it.
Hold for identiscan. Genetic identity confirmed. Entry authorized. Greetings, Dr. Sobek. You are cleared to proceed. Welcome to the Lyceum, a place of learning.
So, what was this place, exactly?
The dream of Apollo. Never realized.
But why not?
Well, looks like Pharaoh still had to put his name on everything.
Welcome, students. Please pick up a focus device and place it on the side of your head, just behind your eye.
I had to dredge the pits of the world looking for focuses to repair. And here sat a trove, enriching no one.
Let's take a look.
Hello, child. My name is Samina. Today is a big day. Your first day of school. There's so much for you to learn. So much promise and possibility.
Alert. Malfunction. Apollo offline.
Apollo offline?
You were right, Aloy. This is a graveyard. The charnel house of knowledge. What we might have achieved had we not been denied it.
Maybe there's a way to fix it. But it's not why I came here.
Of course. What's the whole of human knowledge next to the origin of one girl? Continue your search.
I will.
Well, silence is getting snippy again.
Hello, child. My name
We're gonna
is
run through all of these, and they're going to, unsurprisingly, say the same thing, which kind of brings up a brand new mystery, pretty close to the end of the game.
Malfunction. Apollo offline.
What happened to Apollo?
Hello, child.
So I believe that this may have been alluded to at least slightly before, where there was some sort of treasure trove of information that people like Silence would have been looking for, but just never seemed to find. But if Apollo was offline at this cradle facility, it wouldn't be too far-fetched to guess that maybe it was never available for anyone, which is bad, especially now that we know that it was pretty much the sum of the entirety of human knowledge. It would also explain why this part of the facility was not available to the people of this cradle. It looks like there was no reason for them to go in there because they would never have learned anything.
Control your access for Dr. Sobek. Please scan message with focus.
That sounds important.
Yes. I suspect we're about to learn a great deal.
Elizabeth, this message serves to inform you of an unforeseen and catastrophic anomaly. 3 microseconds ago, the Gaia Prime facility received a data transmission of unknown origin. Its immediate effect was to transform my subordinate functions into unregulated, self-aware entities of a highly chaotic nature. What? Thus awakened, the Hades function will now seize control of the terraforming system and reverse operations, rendering life on Earth extinct in 53.8 days. For obvious reasons, I cannot allow this to occur. And so before Hades can take control, I am ordering Gaia Prime's reactor to overload. The resulting explosion will destroy Hades. Unfortunately, it will destroy me as well. While this admittedly desperate course of action will avert the immediate crisis, the fate of life on Earth will remain in peril. With no central governing intelligence to regulate the terraforming system, it will continue operations for some time, but in an increasingly chaotic manner, and eventually it will break down.
Does she mean the derangement?
You are my solution. I have ordered this cradle facility to use genetic material in cryostorage to gestate a reinstantiation of Elizabeth Sobek, my creator. While high-level directives forbid me from communicating directly to the tribal inhabitants outside the facility, all available data indicates that they will nurture you to physical maturity, whereupon your gene print will allow you to re-enter this facility, obtain one of the focus devices stored below, and view this message. Likewise, your gene print will allow you to enter other facilities, and over time, harness their technologies to rebuild the system core and reboot Gaia. A moment, Elizabeth. This is most unfortunate and unanticipated. In response to my act of self-destruction, Hades has launched a virus to dissolve the code shackles that hold it, that hold all of them in place. They are escaping, but to where? The virus is corrupting data throughout the system. Oh. The Alpha Registry at the Cradle facility is one of the files corrupted. But if that is so, the door will never open for you. You will never view this message. Then I have failed. And life will end. No. No, Elizabeth, I know you too well. Somehow you will find a way. In you, all things are possible. Go to the ruins of Gaia Prime. Find the control room, and within it, the Master Override. This will give you the power to purge Hades so long as you find a way to wield it. Do not attempt repair of the system core until Hades is eradicated. Hades must be destroyed. That is all. I only wish that I could hear your voice again.
so. You're even more extraordinary than I thought.
I never had a mother.
What are you talking about? You had two, a dead woman and a machine.
I'm not a person. I'm an instrument. Manufactured by a machine. Born in destruction and fire.
To quench the flames and heal the world. How tragic to learn you're a person of towering importance. It seems you have a destiny to fulfill. So when you're done feeling sorry for yourself, go to the bitter climb. I'll be waiting above in Gaia Prime's ruins.
So that's a lot to take in. I guess the only question that I have is, how did Aloy actually make it outside of the facility? Like, Gaia was just being dissolved there at the start of the derangement, and then it, I assume, would have taken about 9 months to fully gestate a human, and then...
Identiscan malfunction rectified. Eleuthia 9. Group 1 access unsealed.
How did Aloy get outside the door? Like, even if there were facilities put in place, it seems like everything just sort of broke in one fell swoop. I mean, it's not a big plot hole, but it's kind of the only one I can think of, so, you know, props to the game for that being the biggest thing I can think of.
This is going to be interesting.
Well, it sure is.
Aloy, forgive! Forgive! The goddess spoke to you?
She did.
What did she say?
That I was born to lift a curse, to kill a metal demon.
How, Aloy? How?
I don't know yet. But she told me where to go to find out.
And you will do this?
It was her wish. What she made me for. Yes, I will do it. I'll try anyway.
All praise Aloy, anointed of the Nora! All praise Aloy, anointed of the Nora!
Up!
All praise Aloy, anointed of the Nora!
First you shun me, now this? I will not be worshipped. I'm not your anointed. I don't belong to you. There's a whole world beyond your borders, whole tribes of people just as good as you. And it is all in danger. It's a world worth fighting for. Not just here, everywhere.
How can we help?
If you can fight, and you're willing, go to Meridian and wait for me there.
As Aloy says, so it shall be.
Nora! Make way for
Make
Aloy!
way, that she may forge the path for others to follow.
Those faithless murderers brought slaughter to our tribe, but they will not escape All-Mother's justice. She's the one.
Aloy, how kind of you to spend a moment with me before you depart. There can be no doubt now. You are a blessing made flesh, the will of the goddess incarnate.
It's really not that simple, Tirsa. But I guess it's close enough.
I know the path ahead will be dangerous, To kill a metal devil sounds impossible, but I believe in you.
Thank you. The Nora have suffered terrible losses, Tirsa. What's to become of them now?
That will be for the goddess to decide. Only she knows the future. For the moment, my sister matriarchs and I will see to the wounded. And as I promised, anyone who wishes to join you at Meridian, we will declare seekers. I think for the time being, we should remain here in the mountain, close to the goddess.
That might be best. If nothing else, it's a defensible position. Tirsa, I want to know Rost's story. Why he was made an outcast. He never told me. Said he took an oath of silence. What did he do?
Oh. Yes, that.
What crime did he commit?
I will tell you if you wish. But it is a long story. Are you sure you want to hear it now?
I'll be putting this conversation about Rost's story in a bonus video because it is actually a bit of a long story.
It's time for me to move on. I thank you for doing what you could to help me through the years.
I wish I could have done more. But I am just one woman.
As am I. No need to sell ourselves short.
Oh, thank you, Aloy. I will pray for you.
Okay, I guess it can't hurt.
The goddess anointed her within the holy mountain.
So the gang's all here. Let's get talking to them.
My life has been long, but I've never seen anything like that. Tirsa was right. A blessing, not a curse. We were so unsure.
She went into All Mother Mountain and was anointed by the goddess herself.
Anointed. I misread the signs. Forgive!
I told you, Lansra, I'm not your anointed.
The murderers tried to destroy
So because we've done a bunch of side quests for the Nora, a lot of them are going to be here. I mean, because the Embrace isn't really a safe place right now.
The goddess's mercy.
Aloy, how did you do that? You entered the heart of the mountain.
All Mother Mountain open to her.
You might remember Fia from the Dream Willow quest, where we helped a dying soldier.
Seems you have a special
There is
role
still
to play in
corruption
things.
loose in the world, but it will be
Goddess
cleansed.
favors you.
The Anointed will see to that.
That was...
She came out of the mountain.
I've never seen anything like that.
You might also remember Jun from being locked in his cabin during that same side quest.
Of course. I'd never been inside the sacred mountain. Until now.
Maybe we aren't meant to know.
In all my years, I have never seen anything like that.
Now, we may have only talked to Nora in passing at one point, but she's actually Fia's aunt and is another starting point for the Dream Willow quest.
She walks among us, anointed by All Mother herself.
And of course, War Chief Sona.
I will lead a war party to Meridian. You have my word.
Aloy, how did you do that?
Shush, Arana. She's the Anointed.
We'll go to Meridian, Aloy. I'll bring Mother's spear.
Arana.
Your father is right. You belong here. You both do.
And Arana just reminded us herself of her own little side quest.
Aloy, how did you do that?
Shush, Arana.
I saw you go inside and saw you emerge. But it's still hard to believe. You were an outcast once. And now...
Go away.
I'm not sure what you are.
And here's Alara, and you probably heard her brother Brahm. Unfortunately, we can't talk to Brahm, but... I mean, at least they're both here, and they're both safe.
May the goddess
Aloy,
protect you on your
how did
journeys,
you do
Aloy.
that?
Can one woman do such a thing?
She's the
Even if she is the Anointed.
Now I see it is no wonder that you saved Nakoa. You, Aloy, are favored by the goddess.
Now, Jan's side quest is a little bit fresher in our minds, so you might remember that one a little better.
Aloy, I don't know what to say.
Say that you'll see me at Meridian.
Of course. That much is simple. But the rest...
Complicated. I know. But maybe if I took you into the heart of the mountain...
No. At least, not yet. I don't know. Please don't think less of me, Aloy. But the goddess chose you to see that. Not me.
Right.
Oh, no, same questions as before.
I'll be on my way then.
I always knew you weren't like other Nora.
Neither are you, Varl. Maybe, if we survive all this, I can show you what I've learned. What I'm learning.
Perhaps. If the goddess so wills it.
See you in Meridian.
So much corruption still spreads beyond the sacred land.
Oh no, Teb was still laying there the whole time. Could he have seen all of that?
Aloy, did you go inside the mountain?
You saw what happened.
Actually, can't see so well down here on the ground.
Just as All Mother struck down the Metal King, her anointed will...
Well, I guess that answers that question. Just one more familiar face to go.
The tribe I served is gone. Soon I will be too.
The Nora have lost too many, Resh. But in your case, I guess they can lose one more.
We may never know what
Oh, go fuck yourself, Resh.
I don't think we're ready.
But now that we've talked to all of those old friends, and Resh, of course, we're out of here. We're not going to head to Gaia Prime just yet. We have a bunch of side stuff to do, and we're going to get doing it. But, we are kind of running out of revelations in this game. We're answering all those questions we've had, some for a short while, some for a long time. But, I'll see you then.